Welcome back to the weekly beer review. I am your host, Justin Juice Kelly from the Juice in the Morning podcast. I'm here to tell you about Indiana beers. I'm a Midwest ambassador for the Bumming with Bobcat podcast. And if you guys get a chance, you guys should go check his podcast out. You can find it on Apple Podcasts and anywhere you get your podcasts. Also, if you follow my Facebook page, it's facebook.com/Juice in the Morning. You'll find this video and links to getting to the Bumming with Bobcat Facebook page, blog, everything like that. So, the first two videos that I did with this beer review were really simple. I was drinking a couple of citrusy IPAs. They were very delicious. They're something that I'm used to. They're right in my wheelhouse, and I think it was a very easy thing. What I've been wanting to do is go more towards some stuff that I'm not super familiar with, and this week is a complete game changer. I haven't tasted it yet. I haven't tried it yet. But today's beer is from Upland Brewing Company, located in Bloomington, Indiana. Bloomington, Indiana. As you can tell, I'm a fan of the Indiana Hoosiers from Bloomington, Indiana. Bloomington, Indiana might be the beating heart of the Midwest. It's a beautiful area. Basketball team, they've been good before, but we're hoping they can get better. But once again, today's beer is a seasonal beer. It's from the Upland Brewing Company, once again, from Bloomington, Indiana. It is a Russian Imperial Stout. So as you can tell, this beer is dark. And if you're a friend of mine or know me, know that I have a hard time with dark beers. I think Guinness I can do sometimes, can't drink a lot of them, not a big fan usually. But this is a Russian Imperial Stout. It's aged on fair trade cacao nibs. I don't know if they're talking about nubs or nibs or nips maybe, but I don't know what that is. But I'm definitely interested to see what it tastes like. This beer, Teddy Bear Kisses, is the name of it, and it's got a kind of a creepy packaging. I think it's Teddy Bear Kisses is a dark and robust beer brewed in the traditional stout method. The abundance of dark malts and high alpha hops provide a powerful roasted flavor, balanced bitterness, and will have you wrapped up with its velvety malt character. Long aging on fair trade cacao nibs creates the subtle, sweet, and smooth chocolate notes. Whoever fights monsters should see it that in the process he does not become a monster. And when you look into an abyss, the abyss also looks into you. Friedrich Nietzsche. Or Nietzsche. I don't know. Anyways, this is their seasonal beer. It's a Russian Imperial Stout. It's got 10% alcohol by volume, which you know I'm a big fan of because the higher the alcohol by volume, the more I'm going to definitely be interested in trying it. And it's got 80 IBUs, International Bittering Units. So we're going to go ahead and try it. Oh. It's tough for me to enjoy. I'm not a huge coffee drinker, and it's got that roasted flavor that they were talking about. So if you're into coffee, I think you would definitely like this. It's got the high alcohol. The 80 International Bittering Units. I'm going to take you to school here. The standard Budweiser that you would drink, your domestic beer, has about 7 international bittering units. This has 80. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit stouter, a little bit stronger than the beer that you're drinking, go ahead and try this. I'm not going to say that I'm not a fan. It just takes a minute to actually kind of appreciate it, I think. And that's something that I've started to learn with drinking these craft beers, these Midwest Indiana craft beers. So like I said, I'm going to take you to school a little bit. I did a little bit of Googling. How do you measure a beer's bitterness? By its hoppy taste, its pungent smell? Try again. A beer's bitterness is gauged by its International Bittering Units, IBU. But what is that? We asked a few knowledgeable brewers in the area. IBU is a scale that goes from 1 to 100 and measures the amount of isomerized alpha acids in a beer. This is going to be good. Hops contain alpha acids, and when they are boiled, the alpha acids become isomerized, or their physical structure starts to change. And then they become bitter in flavor. Your standard Budweiser, like I said, has 7, and this has 80. So definitely a good beer. I'm enjoying it. It's already got the lips a little sticky, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not sure. I mean, you guys know my preferences, and the IPAs are where it's at. This is good in the fact that I think it's achieving what it was going for. It's got the high alcohol. You can taste that. I've had a couple, I think, beers similar to this, but I think out of 10, we're going to go ahead, just a personal rating, nothing against Upland Brewing Company. I'm not a fan of Russian Imperial Stouts, apparently, and their cacao nibs. I'm going to go ahead and give this beer 6 out of 10 because I don't want to give it in a negative because I feel like 5 and lower, that's going to be a negative. This has some positive characteristics. It's gotten better as I've sipped on it. But like I said, the negatives, I got sticky lips. What the fuck is that? That's ridiculous. That shouldn't happen. Maybe it should, but I'm not a fan. So I'll go ahead and say probably not going to order this unless I was really looking to get drunk. Which, this is back to what Shane suggested from the podcast. I should just chug them. Woo! Teddy Bear Kisses. Russian Imperial Stout, 10% alcohol by volume, 80 international bittering units. 6 out of 10. Thanks for joining the Juice in the Morning Friday beer review. You can hear more stuff from me on the Juice in the Morning podcast that drops every Monday. Shane and I are really hitting our stride. I think we're getting into some good stuff. Hannah gets to join whenever she's available and not partying her ass off. Once again, thanks for joining me. Don't forget, keep drinking, my friends.